Right, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mark Talks Football. I particularly didn't want to do this episode here today, due to the fact of what has been going on. There wasn't going to be an episode for the news this week, because nothing was happening. Up until yesterday, there was nothing that was really going on or nothing set to happen. Until we get told that there is going to be a 4-point deduction, 2 points automatic to a suspended points deduction. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through a clip as well from Twitter. I'm probably going to get copyrighted. I don't know whether I'm going to get copyrighted. We're going to find out if this video sticks or it gets claimed. I don't know. We'll find out when it gets to it. And then I'm going to go on a rant about my personal feelings, because people may not want to hear it, people may not want to see it, people may not give a shit about what I want to say, but this will help me get how I feel out. People have different ways of dealing with difficult situations. So for me, dealing with a very hard situation is facing it head on and moaning the bollocks out of it. That's how I deal with a difficult situation. And in today, this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about what's going on with the channel and what's happening in the other channels at the end of the video. So if you want to check that out, please stick around to the end, and I will be able to give you an update about what's happening on with all the channels that's going on, that I've got going on at the moment, the future of myself as well. And then we will go from there. Don't worry. To the people that don't like me, I'm not going anywhere. I will be staying around, so don't get your hopes up too much. But I want to show you something. We're going to divulge into it. We're probably going to watch this clip multiple times, but I found it on Twitter yesterday, and let's discuss it. Shout out Dan Green. I saw this, it popped up. So this was in January 2024, from the EFL Chairman. Let's play the clip. Yeah.
What are we trying to do with Reading? We share the fans' concern. We absolutely do.
Really? All right.
We're trying to take action against Dai Young, the owner. Reading has fallen foul of our profit and sustainability rules, and
no shit,
as you are well aware, has suffered the punishments. And to be fair to Reading, they did come clean. They were transparent, acknowledged the problem, and the problem was about throwing too much money, chasing the Holy Grail.
No shit, Sherlock. My daughter could have worked that one out.
It always fails, always results in major problems.
Parachute payments. Okay.
Just before Christmas, we took action against the owner, not against the club, in an attempt to get him disqualified.
Didn't really try hard enough, though, did you? Let's be honest with each other. Didn't really try hard enough. Because if you really wanted to, and you really went for it, let's be fair now, he wouldn't be here, would he? Let's be honest with each other right now, right? You look like a mongoloid that doesn't know what's going on, right? It looks like you've gone the Boris Johnson route and gone, I've just woke up, that'll do. If you actually tried, Dai Young wouldn't be here, would he? Because this is your league, is it or is it not?
Disciplinary panel found on that occasion that it was not warranted. They fined him instead.
Yes, the old let's fine a bloke that isn't paying players. So we'll get into that in a minute.
And frankly, fining Dai Young is of no use at all. If he won't put money into the club, he's not going to pay the fines.
Yeah, this is something right.
We're meeting fan groups this afternoon. We want a new owner. We want a resolution to the problem, just as much as the Reading. Don't ever believe that the EFL doesn't care. We believe that the EFL doesn't care. That the EFL doesn't care.
Do I need to say any more on that part?
We do care. We don't want to be losing clubs, but we're not in a position where we can actually easily force him to divest of the club. Believe that the EFL doesn't care. We do.
So shout out to this guy. I'm gonna like and repost it. So let me get this right. The chairman of the EFL, the guy that is the man that runs the whole league, can't get a bloke to leave a club because of the charges that are against him and the independent regulators. Now, the independent regulators, I get and I understand. But this is where things I don't understand, where I may need your help a bit more with this. And there's another clip. It's not a clip, it's a wording that we're going to quickly look at that I have just seen. So this is from the Tilehurst End. They found a bit, and that they've put the EFL sought an immediate 4-point deduction against the club. Part of the rotational for the sanction was that any penalty should be more severe than previous sanctions, as it is both necessary and appropriate to reflect repeated misconducts by increased sanctions. Like, the previous look, mate, why are you sanctioning the club? So this is the part of where so the EFL want to sanction Dai Young, right? But they know if they sanction Dai Young, he ain't gonna pay it. So then they go, okay, let's sanction the club. Oh wait, that's his club. They should be punished. Right, so let's break this down, okay? So Dai Young gets fined for not paying a fine or paying wages and that. So then they then add a fine on top of that, which then he doesn't pay that fine, and then he gets fined again for not paying that fine, which then they then realise that he's not going to pay the fine, so then they seek another fine. They've done it again to him today by doing the points deduction and a fine towards him. So they've done a points deduction for a club that's they're punishing the fans and they're punishing the players. We'll get into the players in a minute because we'll get into that in a minute. So basically, the EFL are trying to punish a guy that's not paying fines by fining him for not paying a fine, and then fining and punishing the club for a guy that won't pay the fine of a fine that won't be paid to the club. Now, I don't remember me ever using the word fine as much as what I've just said. I don't understand. I don't understand what the EFL motives are. Everywhere has backed Reading. The club, the players, the fans, the fans. This was Sky Sports News, right? Okay, this is going to be a really sticking point here. For me, with fucking copyright or anything. This is going to be a sticking point. So this was EFL, Sky Sports yesterday, okay?
Now, the big picture here is that what are Reading being punished for? They're being punished for paying their players late, paying their tax bill late. Who is responsible for that?
Not us.
Is it the fans?
Nope.
No. Is it the players? No. Is it the club? Not really. Who's responsible for that? The owner, Mr. Dine.
Right. So if Sky Sports, let's be honest with each other here, are... I don't really know the word to put it. Very Premier League. Probably the nicest way I could think about putting it, to be fair. Very pro Premier League. Are coming out doing a story, and they can see the fact that Dai Young is the problem. Then I don't know what else to say or do, because it is so blatantly obvious that I don't know what is happening. It's another massive kick in the bollocks for Reading fans. So we had 16 points overall. It's now gone up to 18 points. Could potentially go up to 20. The total points deduction of the owner of Dai Young, because he won't pay. Now, how can we... So Nigel Howe, the last time we heard from him, said there were 6 or 7 different proposals going to the club about the ownership of Reading Football Club moving forward. And Dai Young has seen it, and he is happy with one of them or 2 of them, that he could progress further for the exclusivity. That was a month ago. Like, I'm looking something up we're about to discuss in a bit. Like, I understand that situations are, what's the word, hard to describe about what's going on right now, right? And I get that, and I understand that. But when do the EFL just go, this is our league, we need to save it because of the bollocks that's going on, and we need to make sure that a club like Reading Football Club, or a club that's like Reading Football Club, never get in the shit that they're in right now? It's so disheartening as a Reading fan, because I want to be there. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. I want to be there. I'm going to be there for all the home games. But it sucks the life out of me and the joy of anything to actually go and watch a football match. Like, what's going on right now has severely put me off football. I don't watch it that much anymore. I don't enjoy it. I don't like watching the Big Six or Premier League or Champions League. I have it on in the background if I have to. But I don't put it on anymore. Because I just don't enjoy football. Because looking at how other people are getting on, you look at the Carabao Cup final, right? As Gary Neville called it, the billionaire bottle jobs. I would love to have at least 10% of that. Am I being greedy? Probably. 10% of that. And I don't know. It's just, it was going so well for us. And I never want to hear anyone talk about Ruben Selles ever again. I'm never listening to you. If you come out with the opinion that Ruben Selles needs to leave, don't talk to me. I made that mistake at the start of the season. I won't ever make that decision again, because the man, I've never seen a manager that's had to put up with this much shit than what he's had to put up with. This is excess. Okay, so the other question I have is I don't understand how he's still here. How he hasn't gone. Because I'll be honest, in the situation I'm in, and if I was the Reading manager and I saw what was happening to the club, I would lose my fucking mind. To the point of I don't know whether the stress of what he has to put through. There must be an excellent support system within that football club for the managers, for Bowen, and for everyone to freely speak or do what they need to do. Right? So we're going to go onto the players. We're going to look at the form table here. So form table, currently Leyton Orient are top. If you look in the last 10, we are 10th. In the last 10 games, we've won 4, drawn 3, and lost 3 apparently. We've got a +1 with 15, possible 15 points. We're going to go up against Carlisle on Saturday. And Carlisle was second from bottom. They just won last night. Played 10, won 2, drawn none, lost 8. They scored 10, conceded 22. If we look at home form to see Carlisle are second from bottom in the last 6, have only won 1 of their last 6, losing 5, scored 4, conceded 14. The most amount of goals conceded, which means we won't score, in the last at home. If we look at Reading, we're 4th in the home form. If we look away, Reading are 18th in the last 6, won 1, drawn 3, lost 2, -3 goal difference, scored 6, conceded 9, and 6 points from a possible time of doing it. Now, the question I have for you is, what the fuck is going through the players' minds? Right, so the question I have is you have to be, if they come out on this, we're going to look at the league table in a minute. If I can do it while I talk as well at the same time, which I can apparently, is how do you as a player, yes, you're getting money, well, that's a stretch, but how do you as a player gain motivation to go out on a Saturday, don't know whether you're going to get paid, don't know whether the bills that you've got lying around, whether you're going to be able to pay them, don't know whether if you're going to have a club next season. How do you get the motivation to get up and get going? Right? That's the question I have, because in that situation, I don't think I could. I think this is all about mentality, okay? And I don't think my mentality is as good as what I think some of these players are. And I'm being brutally honest here. I don't think I could sustain one of them, the amount of bollocks that has been going on for the club that I'm playing for. And see how it goes from there. I don't think I could. And I give the utmost respect there to the players, to everyone. If they're able to get to make us survive, by God, have they done an absolute incredible job. Because let's have a look at the league table. After last night's results, and if you look down the bottom, this is Sky Sports. 8 points deduction for Wigan, but Reading have been deducted due to regulation breaches, and Reading have also been deducted 4 more points due to the regulation breaches as well. So we were sitting comfortably, 6 points clear, and everything was tickety-boo. Now we are 3 points behind, ahead of Cheltenham, but Cheltenham have 2 games in hand. So do Port Vale, and Carlisle have a game in hand, but they are way down. So if Cheltenham win both games, they will go up to there. Port Vale, if they win both games, fuck me, mental maths is not it for me. Around here, and we will be down here. We got Carlisle on Saturday, and they're at home. -29. Damn. Yeah. See, if they pull out the Great Escape, then Ruben Selles, and I'm not pissing around with this, Ruben Selles deserves a lifetime contract. Easily. He can pick up and leave whenever he wants. He can stay as long as he wants. Because this season is the worst I've ever experienced as a football fan. Now, I haven't been those clubs that have gone bankrupt or have gone out of business, but I just don't. He deserves everything, and it is so mentally frustrating for me because when Reading lose, I go into like hiding. I don't go on social media because it make me worse and it make me angry, right? So I go away from that, and when stuff like this happens, I try and be calm about the situation, but it ruins my mood. It ruins everything, right? I could be having a great time. So yesterday I had a great time recording and editing videos that I do, and it just put me out of sync of actually wanting to do it, which was really really irritating from it. But it's one of those situations. That is going to be that for that. I don't know any more else I could put on the topic of what I was saying, but the update on the channel. Mark Talks Gaming is going really, really well. We have just finished the Spider-Man walkthrough. We are now on Hogwarts Legacy. We're still doing videos with my brother doing Fortnite and FIFA, EA, FC, FC24. And we also have Madden 24. We're getting close to the end of the season as well, so make sure see if we can get the playoffs. But that is the update on the channel. That has been the update on this video. But with love, with care, my name's been Mark. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Keep your head up. We will get through this together. If there's something you want to add in the comments, put them down below. And I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.